Hey, Bwanji at Shaniapo. Welcome to today's edition of On the Table, hosted by yours truly. My name is Chimweka, or simply Chimweka, aka Chile 3. Now, today's episode is going to be interesting as always. If you've seen also the teaser from the week, then you have an idea of what you can expect with my guest today, who takes pride in his sense of style, very unique sense of style, and the music that he does. One thing we cannot take away from him is the talent on the musical side with the what many would describe as the mature folk music that he does. Here's what you can look out for on today's episode of On the Table.
If you have one of the busiest musicians in Zambia, it's me. One of the musicians who are not mostly in the country, it's me.
Which artists are you listening to at the moment?
I can't listen to the music anymore. It's just, oh, choirs everywhere, you know. It is so awful. It just sounds like a, oh, you know.
How often people confuse you with James Sakala?
I've been in a situation where people have asked me for a song. Are you the one who did that song? Yes, yes. And
I think a lot of people.
And then I said, no, it's not me, it's James Sakala.
Yeah. That's the On the Table opening.
Yes.
An interesting episode we have coming up with the one and only Mumba Yachi. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Chimweka.
Great to have you. Great to see you after a while. How have you been?
I've been okay. I've been good. Thanks a lot for having me here today.
With so many nicknames, I'll just call Mumba, Amayachi. That's a very, very common one.
Yeah, popularized by Chef 187.
Oh, he's only made it popular, eh?
Yes.
So, has he ever told you why he just came up with or how it just came about? He just said it once and it...
Yeah, he made it popular, but his manager is one of the people that came up with it.
Yeah.
Super, that guy Super.
Yeah, Super is manager,
yeah. He's the one who used to call me Amayachi, and then Chef got it from the manager, yes.
And then other people just started using it as well.
Yeah.
First of all, we'll always talk about your album, Mr. Red 8.
Yes.
The Zamrock Flood.
Yes.
But before that, you always have an interesting outfit. Every time you're coming to, I'm always looking forward to what Mumba is going to wear.
Like this one today, I'm dressed by the Vintage Point. Yeah, all the time, me and the Vintage Point have a good chemistry.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have understood the task, and then this is what I like. I like to be. I think this is so beautiful. I think, can it be seen to this camera? This one.
I think it can be seen. Yeah.
Yeah, this is some cowboy.
Okay.
Yeah, as a Tongaboo. Yeah. Exactly.
So the chef explained to you, why she picked that particular outfit and so on.
No, she doesn't explain to me because we understand each other like that.
Okay.
We are in the same wavelength, so there's not much talk, It's just we just do it because we understand what we want, Yeah, so it's a very good combination.
So now you've obviously now taken the pressure away from yourself, because obviously for a long time you had to now think about what am I going to wear that's going to attract people's attention or is going to get people talking. So now you at least have someone whose job is just to make sure that they give you a good outfit.
Yes, especially for this era, especially for this concept, the rock album, the rock album and the Zamrock element, so it needs a certain look. This is the look for that. Yeah, maybe if I want to do something else, I might be in another kind of looks, but this one is for the Zamrock. Yes.
And how does this work also, meaning you've also added to your list of expenses now?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, it is work, so these are expenses you do. Yeah. This is what, when thinking about this, I came to realize that, that's why all those people become expensive. It's because there are so many people involved in the product, So when you see Mumba Yachi on stage, you also need to know that there is some cut for the designer, for the dresser, for the stylist. They have the cut from that quotation. You know, so it's very beautiful. There are so many people involved.
But do you think we have reached a level in this country where corporates are able to understand? You can give them a quotation and tell them, I'm giving you this quotation because there's this many people who are involved, and they'll give you that money.
They know. They know. Because even themselves, if they are a building company, they go to somebody and give a quotation. They have to explain where the money will be going, how they will dispatch the money. They know these things. So I think it's just up to us. It's up to us, the musicians, the artists, to be more professional. As I saw, Makitu was talking about, you know, how to be more professional. Yes, so we need to be more professional. They will understand the language.
Yeah.
We need to have the corporate language.
Oh yeah, I think you said that at GMAX's press briefing, isn't it? When you're talking about artists also being professional.
Yes, I read an article like that. Yes.
But even with that, artists can do all these things. But then, still getting back to my question, do we have a situation where the corporates still understand, or maybe they still feel like, okay, this we can still negotiate it down, and this is what we can, and then maybe artists also they have to put food on the table and accept what could be available.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's both sides. I think sometimes also corporate, they can say, you get they start to negotiate with you down. Negotiating is also good. It's also normal to negotiate. It's also normal. Yeah, but they can't negotiate in a way that, if you have explained, you have elaborated well how you are going to spend the money, maybe they can't negotiate with you down more than what you have, you know, what you expect. But I think it is both ways. Even us, we need to know why we are charging that. You know, why I'm charging this amount. You have to be sure. For example, if I'm charging an amount, let's say I'm charging a two pin, I know that 500 is for me, 500 is for the musicians, 500 is for the designer, and then 500 is for the photographer. So please, you can't take me down. If you want to take me down, I can sacrifice for me. I say, okay, you get a 200. I know that I'm going to get a 300 from that, and then these other guys are going to get 5. But me, I sacrifice my part. But you can't just take a 500 away, because if you take a 500 away, I'm going to put this one 3. It won't be nice, you know. So I feel like we need to always get to a level where we understand, where we all negotiate, you know. But I think it is up to us. I think most of us musicians by now, we have gotten to that corporate language.
Oh yeah.
A lot of us right now, because if I want to give a quotation to a company, I know who to ask. You know, I know who to ask, and then they will give me a good way to charge a company. You know, so that is we are almost there. You know, I believe.
Your album, Mr. Red 8, the Zamrock Flood. I think the Zamrock Flood part is self-explanatory. But Mr. Red 8, what's that about? Where did that come from?
Yeah, exactly. Mr. Red 8, it is very difficult for me to explain, not because it is difficult to explain, but I want to leave it that way. I want people to explain to me what it means. You know?
You love doing that. You've reminded me of when you performed at the Diamond TV Personality of the Year Awards.
Yes.
And you said it's for people to interpret, you know?
Exactly. It's for people to interpret, because I believe art also is about that. Art is not really spoon feeding. Art is also about making people ask questions. People need to ask questions. When you look at an art piece, you need to ask yourself, why is it like this? Why is it like that? Even when you listen to the song, you need to ask yourself, why did he say that? Yeah, so I believe in that.
I mean, those the Violets project.
Yes.
Recently.
Yeah.
And now there's Mr. Red 8.
So you have an idea then?
There
was violet, now there is red.
I'm trying to remember the colors on the rainbow. What are the colors on the rainbow?
Exactly, those are the colors of the rainbow, yes. There are a lot. There's indigo, there's blue, there's green, there's orange, there's yellow, and there's red.
Okay, so we're going for rainbow.
Exactly, because that was in my plan. I even said it in my documentary. I wanted to make an album which is, I wanted to call it a rainbow album. Now because of the what is that, Corona period, the lockdown, we had so much time, you know, to think, so much time to expand on the ideas. That's how the idea is expanded to say, instead of making a rainbow, because I wanted to make songs like, this song is titled green, this one is titled yellow, this one is titled red. But I just thought and say, okay, I can just make albums with those colors. So each color has got its own sound. Each color sounds different from the other, but they mean something. If I call it red, it has to sound red.
So with you focusing on the rainbow, is that you also trying to promote homosexuality? What exactly is that? Is there any linkage to that?
Not really, because the rainbow has always been there.
But you do understand also people link that to issues around homosexuality. There was a whole politician who even changed the name of his party.
Imagine that.
From Rainbow Party, because, you know, it had all those connotations to it.
Yeah, for me, this thing is a bit complicated for now, because the rainbow has been hijacked, kind of, I can say. It has been hijacked by a certain organization of people. But the rainbow has always been there. You know, the rainbow has always existed. We will pass in this world, we will pass as human people. The humans, there will be a time we will never be there, but the rainbow will always be there, you know? So for me, it's just I've always been fascinated by the rainbow, you know. As a kid, you see the rainbow, you feel so nice to see that fascination. But today I can't talk about the rainbow because some organizations have said it belongs to them, you know? So no, for me, I'm an artist. I'm inspired by what fascinates me. So I've done songs for the sun, I've done songs for the firefly, I've done songs for, you know, so I can also do songs for the rainbow, something so beautiful, you know, just that.
How would you describe how your album has been received so far?
Yeah, so far so good, because it is growing slowly. It is growing slowly, and then you know, the music we are making is not the mainstream music which is there, like, you know, like the music that is played, the pop music which is played everywhere. No, it's kind of a niche music. So the reception is, other people can describe it as rigid a bit, but for me, I can describe it as it is growing steadily. So thank you to you for having me here today, because it is helping me reach to people out there. Yeah, so it is so far so good. So far so good.
Did you also think about, you know, just the fact that it's Zamrock?
Yes.
That people might be a bit hesitant, because it seems like it was how do they say it? It's something that's been there for a while.
Yes.
But not too many Zambians have embraced it the way it should have been.
Yes, because I'm an artist. Ever since I was a kid or whatever, I usually don't go with a trend. I go my own way, you know. When people are going this way, I will be going this other way. So what I'm just trying to say is, I always try to propose what is not there. You know, I always try to remind people of what was there. I always try to give people another recipe. So this reception for me, it is a normal reception. You know, it's a very normal reception to say people can receive the album this way, because they are not, especially we have, how are you call, how do we call them, Gen Z?
Gen Z, yeah.
We have the Gen Z.
There's Gen Z and there's Gen Alpha.
Who are those? Gen Alpha?
I think Gen Alpha is the youngest. I think they have
2010?
Somewhere there, but it's somewhere there.
Exactly.
2010, yeah.
This
so for example, both my son and my daughter are Gen Alpha, yeah.
So this Gen Z, how do you expect them to receive this album so warmly, like just abruptly, like they wake up in the morning, they go fast to their boom players and get the Zamrock album? No, it is going to be steadily, slowly. So it's something that I understand.
Do you think it's something that we can really do generally as artists? Because people always talk about our sound and
Yes.
how we need to push our sound out there. You know,
Yes.
with artists like Sampa the Great, who's
Yes.
also doing her best and
Exactly.
so on. But the common saying or the common thought is that the music that we're producing now, people out there have already heard it. If it's
Yes.
Afrobeats, they've already heard
Yes.
it, but people want something new.
Yes.
So, do you think it's possible for other artists as well
Yes.
to make it happen?
It is very much possible because as we are talking, they sound like Zamrock. They are artists. One of my favorite artists from Australia, his name is Tame Impala. Tame Impala did his album, I think it's the latest album called Slow Rush. There are songs in that album. There's one particular song, it is pure Zamrock. Pure Zamrock. And you ask yourself, what is happening here? You know? So he listened to them because we have people like what's his name again? He lives in Australia. The man who did Amaimwe Sungani Ana Kuti. His name, I need to remember his name. Unzisani Ana.
The name has gone as well.
Ana, yo. He lives in Australia. So I'm so much sure that they listen to him. Because he has shows in Australia, he tours in Australia. Yes, I will remember his name. So they have listened to him. And there's also another band from Australia, also that has done Zamrock sound. They have people like the same Travis Scott, who has also sampled a Zambian now, Amanas, from the band Amanas. He has sampled the Zamrock sound. So,
okay, how would you describe the Zamrock sound? Because how different is it from rock music?
Yes, but for me, my understanding, Zamrock is Zambian music, and then you fuse in now the rock element. Now let's say,
because what's the why would we say Zambian music? Is it can we just say it's rock music done in Zambia, and then we call it Zamrock?
Zamrock. Yeah, the man who coined it, even Dr. Manasseh Piri, I was reading the book by Ricky Rironga.
Yeah.
Ricky Rironga is one of the people that started this.
Yes.
You know, so Dr. Manasseh, who
Ricky Rironga is still alive.
He's still alive,
yeah.
yes. Dr. Manasseh, who was the journalist at
yes, may so rest in peace.
Yes, he's the one who said, okay, we are going to call this Zamrock because this is rock from Zambia. So I had conversations with Shakarongo, who told me that Zamrock is any Zambian sound with a rock guitar. You know, you can play any Zambian song, even from Gwembe village, but when they put a rock guitar on top, it becomes Zamrock.
So meaning we can almost apply that to any kind of Zamapiano.
Yes.
Yes. Zamipop.
Exactly, because music travels the world.
Or Zrap.
Zarap or Zamrap, because music travels the world, so we have the right to put in an element that we can.
R&B.
Exactly. There are some musicians like this man who did Shonongo.
Yeah, Chester.
Chester is one of the people that, for me, he created something. I don't know if he knows or not. Chester created something. He has created that thing twice. You know, there was a song he did called Africa something. It's like I'm a piano, but he's adding in. That was something international. That was something I said, this is great, but people didn't notice that, you know. And then there was another time he created that banjo. There were some things that he was playing there, like hitumba, like those big drums from villages. Those were Zambian sound, you know. So people, and especially a lot of musicians or producers, they didn't copy that. They are supposed to copy, you know. If something is nice from your friend, you see this is nice, copy that.
But have you noticed what a lot of people are copying now?
They are copying each other, or they are copying outside.
So it's like they copy from outside, they bring it here.
That's
the
problem.
And then now, everyone else is doing it. The common thing I've noticed is that whole choir thing.
Yes.
You know, where...
Yes.
Like it's like a choir.
It is even very bad. It is bad. It is so awful. You know, it doesn't have a soul, that choir. It just sounds like a, oh, you know. Choir has been done before here in Zambia.
Yeah.
We have got choirs,
yeah.
You know. They were supposed to imitate that choir, you know. It is a choir that sounds so beautiful. But this choir that we like, it has nothing in there. It has no substance, you know. No substance. If you listen to even Kofi Olomide, he does choirs a lot. He has been doing choir forever in his career. But if you listen to that Kofi's choir and this Nigerian choir, you will understand what I'm talking about. There is a certain substance that this choir I'm hearing doesn't have. It's just
but how come the Nigerian choir is working? But why can't it work here?
It can also work. It is working.
But because you're saying it's a bad thing that they're copying.
No, it's not a bad thing to copy. It's not a bad thing. It's good to copy.
Because you said there's no soul
in that choir. No, there's nothing in there. That's true. It sound
even though it's working, you still feel it's bad.
Don't follow my taste in music.
Yeah.
But my point is, I've heard better choirs than that. That's the point. I've heard better choirs than that. So doing the choir is nice, but have you heard that the music is now polluted by choirs everywhere?
Yes. That's exactly what I was saying.
But that's pollution.
Who do you think brought it in Zambia?
I don't know. But I don't know who brought it. But it is good to copy. My point is, it is good to copy, but it doesn't have to be too much. Now I can't listen to the music anymore. It's just choirs everywhere, you know. But then that choir doesn't even have something, you know. But it is working and it is nice. It's fine.
So who are you? Which artists are you listening to at the moment? Zambian artists.
Zambian artists I'm listening to at the moment. I'm listening to a lot. There was a time I was listening to Chilewan's album. I really like that album. It's very. There's so much research. A song like You and I. What's the title again? I will remember the title. When you listen to that song, it's not a simple song, you know. It's a well-structured song. It's a great song. When you listen to songs like the one you did with the lady,
with Tiana, what is it?
Yes, when that song.
I know the song. Yeah.
Yes.
Talking about. I know it's the same word twice. But yeah, because that was actually his lead single for the.
Yes.
Is it? It's Nayo Nayo. I think it's Nayo.
Oh
Nayo.
yes, Nayo Nayo.
I think it should be Nayo Nayo.
Those are not simple songs, you know.
That was a very beautiful song.
I love Chilewan's album, also very nice.
And don't you think it was very courageous of him to? Your lead single was like a slow, mellow.
Because he knows.
Song.
He knows that. He knows what he is. His strength is the voice. He has a voice that can touch, you, and you can't resist.
So Chilewan was.
I listened to Chilewan's album. I listened to Yomap's album. I listened to J-Rock's album.
Okay, which one? Hasn't J-Rock released like 7 albums in 1 year?
Yeah, exactly. August 10. I listened to that because for me, I take time for me to listen to an album.
So which one has been your favorite? So Chilewan has been your favorite so far?
No, all of them.
Yeah.
All of the artists releasing albums, they have somebody like Yomaps. For me, what I like from Yomaps is Yomaps has done something that hasn't been done in so many years. You know, like what the Exiles did, what the Chameleons did.
Yes. The album where
it is
like almost the whole album is got songs that are doing well.
Exactly, that hasn't been done in a long time.
Yeah,
so, it's something so good.
I've listened to Slap D's album.
I listened to some tracks, yes, some few tracks in it.
I bet you've listened to Sheffy's album because you're on it. The Broke No Nkumba.
Yeah, that one.
Oh, that was last year. Okay, so speaking of that, I've noticed that you've worked with so many artists, especially rappers. You've been on their projects. You've worked with likes of Steve-O, Slap D,
Yes.
Chef 187. Who do you think you have the best chemistry with?
Chemistry?
Yeah.
Different. Everybody has got their own way, but I can say somebody like Steve-O. Me and Steve-O, we have become like brothers, you know. Yeah. Anytime I feel like, oh, I need Steve-O, I need to call him for the, you know, every time I'll call him, he will come in, or every time he wants me, he will call me. But it all started from a collaboration, from a song, and we have become friends like that. And then we have like Chef all the time. Yeah. You know.
You and Chefy have great chemistry. If I'd answer for you, I'd probably say Chefy. Because, I mean, we've done songs that have done very well.
Yes.
Ndoe.
Yes.
Niwe.
Yes.
You know?
Like that, because Chef has been like that as well. I think all of them, you know, people are different. And then I can't say because I have a good relationship with Chef and Steve-O, then it means it is not a good relationship with Slap D or with Mike 2. No, everybody has got their own way how to get them, how to have them. Huh?
But do you think Slap D is on who also showed that it's possible to create that collaboration? Because people are not expecting, for example, someone.
Yes.
But Slap D, actually,
that's
how?
the artistic mind we are talking about.
Yeah.
If you can think like that, those are the kind of things I like, whereby they thought that, okay, let's do this. You know, that's something that really changed a lot of things.
Yeah.
You know, it really changed a lot of things in my career as well. You know, it really exposed me to that generation of the Gen Z of that generation. You get?
Yeah. Listen to their music.
Yes, and then that was for me. I can say that was one of the great collaborations in Zambian music. Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of your relationship with artists, getting back to Chef 187, you did a cover of his song, Wala, on your Zamrock Flood album.
Yes.
Why did you pick that song?
I picked that song because I like it. I like the lyrics, and then I also like how the artist is painting a society, is painting this man, how hard life is to this man, you know. He's trying to explain to you why other people can also start to get suicidal mind, you know, to say, it's better just end my life, because everywhere they go, you know, you are suffering, you're going to ask for help, and then people think you are stupid, you know, just because you are going through a lot, you are suffering, and people think you don't think, you know, you feel like it is the end of the world to you, you know. So those are kind of punchlines that I really used to, I still feel like, this is so powerful. And then when we were on tour, whenever we are playing that song, because we toured with Chef the whole country of Zambia. So whenever we are playing that song, the live performance of that song always used to speak to me. I just said, one day I need to play this song live. Yeah, that has been 7 years ago. So time just came to say, okay, this is now the right time for me to do the song. I promised him as well.
We'll take a short break, but after the break, we continue the conversation with our guest, Mumba Yachi, and here's what you can look forward to coming up next.
When you are coming in the market, start with a touch that people know already, and then branch off. So
you'd encourage people to imitate, it's fine?
It is good.
How do you differentiate being artistic from just being dirty?
I think this is so beautiful. I think, can it be seen to this camera, this one?
What's your relationship like with the immigration department?
No,
Welcome back. Still watching On the Table, and my guest right now is Mumba Yachi. Before the break, we're talking about albums and the sound that's there. How often do people confuse you with James Sakala?
To confuse,
like where they think
who is who?
Who is who exactly?
Oh yes, I don't know. I don't know, but I've been in a situation where people have asked me for a song. Are you the one who did that song? Yes, yes. And
I think a lot of people.
And then I said, no, it's not me. It's James Sakala.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you know which songs they've asked you about?
They have asked me for a song called Kasongo.
Oh yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. How do you deal with that? You know, like where people get to think that's you and so on. How does that even make you feel as an artist?
No, it makes me feel good because, for example, that same song, if you listen to it, is one of the same Kasongo song is one of the greatest songs that people can play. Like a band comes together and play a song. Like so great. I remember in 2017, I was on tour in South Africa, and then I went with his music. So.
With James Sakala's music?
James Sakala's music, yeah. So we were playing the music in the car. And then the people they were like, where is this band from? I said, this band is from Zambia, the Elect band. I said, they are from Zambia. I said, we want this guy. We want this guy in Botswana. That's how they got in touch with him and whatever. So what I'm trying to say is, I appreciate excellence. That me and him, we are always in the quest of the excellence in the music.
I think another song is a song on Chanana K's album. It's called Dio, where they feature James Sakala. And some people also thinking, is this Mumba Yachi? But then when artists begin to sound similar, is that a good thing? Because we've had this for different artists. When J Cash was coming up, people used to tell him, "You sound like Snap D. You need to sound different." We've had people like Wills, Vincenzo. Vincenzo sound like Wills. Sound like. So people get to even Sheffy at some point. People felt that it sounds too much like Maki 2. I think that's why KB didn't even sign him because he felt it sounded too much like his older brother. So do you think it's a normal thing for artists to sound similar?
Yes, even in the fine art. In the fine art also they advise artists to do that. When you are starting, when you are coming in, start with some, that one is in fine art, it is well stipulated. When you are coming in the market, start with a touch that people know already and then branch off.
So you'd encourage people to imitate, it's fine?
It is good. It is good. It is so good because to imitate, for example, I hear other people in the comments are saying that Walla Walla song I've done. Some people are saying, this sounds like Michael Jackson, So when you put me in those lines, I feel nice, But personally, I've never even tried to imitate Michael Jackson because if I want to imitate Michael Jackson, I will do it like no man's business. I really know it. His voice range and my voice range is almost in the same. But
next you do Zampop.
Exactly. But when people go to say, this sounds like Michael Jackson, I have to feel nice. So what I'm saying is, if people imitate, we always want to imitate what is better, what is good.
So do you think James Sakala has been imitated?
No, I believe in getting inspired by the same things, maybe, because every time we meet, he will make me listen to something that I like. I will make him listen to something that I like. So we share, it's like we tap from the same, we listen from the same guys, Exactly. So we get inspired from the same frequency. So I believe more in that.
When it comes to branding ourselves as artists, how best do you think we can brand ourselves to appeal to the international market more? Because when you look at how Nigerians are doing it, mostly Nigerians, because even South Africans, in terms of like the global appeal, they also have obviously a lot of work to go. Nigerians are the ones who are doing it the best at the moment. Of course, there's some South Africans, stylized from South Africa and so on, who are doing well. But what do you think we need to do, just generally also as Africans, to brand ourselves? Is it an issue of money, or is it because of numbers? Because again, we know Nigerians are in high numbers across the world.
Yes.
It's not just here in Africa, but they are almost everywhere. So do you think it's an issue of numbers in terms of people and fans, or it's an issue of money?
Okay, numbers also can be an issue to slow down the process a little bit, but it can't be the barrier. Numbers also, because let's say the level where, I don't know if I can use the word level, where Your Maps is today, for me, I believe it is the same with Diamond Platinum. You know, now it's because Diamond Platinum is in the Swahili region, which is so big. You know, Swahili region is so big, so he gets Tanzania, Uganda, Kenya, he gets like that. Congo, you see, because of that. But I don't really think he's greater than Your Maps. They're just the same. But the numbers there, numbers are playing there, you know. But that's not the barrier. That's not the barrier. If it is Your Maps or whatever, it can do. Still, we can still do more and achieve more, even greater than Platinum, because we have countries like Jamaica, which has only 2 million people. That's the population of Jamaica, but it's so powerful that the whole world knows Jamaica. And when Jamaican musicians go out there, people know them, they respect them. So they know how to maneuver with all that, you know. So we can talk about numbers, can be the barrier, but again, you can break that barrier.
But even just with exporting our sound,
yes,
and what we have here, where does also where do our lifestyles come in? Exactly.
So all those things are elements to show breaking it in the international. There are so many things that we need to follow, isn't it? So we have talked about numbers, to say numbers can be an handicap, but it's not the reason, because God is the one who created us, is the one who put us here. So it was not wrong, you know. So we need to work extra hard than that. But again, another thing is also about the music itself. There is also the sound quality of the music, you know, the quality, that top-notch sound, because the album I've just released, that album, I'm telling you, anywhere in the world, I'm so proud of it, you know. Anywhere in the world, you play it in Japan, in Sony studios, they will listen to it, because it was mixed and mastered by the top-notch with latest equipment.
Who's that? Who mixed and mastered it?
It was mixed by Michael Engman, top in Germany.
Oh,
yes,
nice.
Yes. So because I had to take it to the right people, because it's a rock album, it has to be on the same level with the rock music we hear around the world. So what I'm trying to say is, first of all, we need to pay attention to the sound. We need to spend money on the sound. Where the video mixes his music, that's where we also need to go and mix. Where Burna Boy mixes his music, that's where we need, because they can't compare you with him if your sound is not reaching his level. That's one. And then two, the music itself, our sound as Zambians, what elements do we have in that music? I was talking about Chester. He had some element that he proposed to the Zambian musician. We didn't get it. We need to get that. Those are things to get, so that outside world, when they hear vroom, 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 they're like, oh, what is this thing? You know? Because that is unique. That's how even Nigerians are now copying Amapiano, because of that, because it is unique. So what do we have in our instrumentals as Zambians? They just remove your voice. You are a Zambian musician, they remove your voice and they put an instrumental there. How are they going to say this is from Zambia? That's a problem, you know. So
that's a nice way of putting
exactly. It. So the instrumental without your voice must show that this is from Zambia. If we understand that, then we are good. We know how to put Zambian element in our instrumentals, and then we know the sound quality, then we are somewhere good, you know, because it's difficult for our music to have hair play in Nigeria when it just sounds just like them.
Yeah.
No.
How can we also now put this into our clothing? Because I mean, we want to show people that this is our indigenous sound. Mm-hmm. But then, even from the way we present ourselves and we look, how can we also show that? Because I hear this a lot, that we don't even have our own identity in terms of even dressing. Just our dressing here.
No, that one is it comes with, we call it packaging. Yeah, the packaging is not really an issue, you know, because you also need to package something in an international way. There are artists like Fally Ipupa, for example. The way he looks like an American guy, but if you listen to his music, it is Congolese, but there are artists like Ferry Gola. He looks like a rock star, tattoos, whatever, but like a rock star, but he does rumba. So that is not an issue. Actually, it is even good to look more modern, conventional, but the things that you carry, they have got substance from your place. But you look like, you know, you have to attract people. Sometimes it's not always nice. When people look at you, they say, this one looks like he's from Africa. It's not always good. It's not always. Sometimes they have to say, okay, where is he from? Let's listen. Now they start to listen, become something. Huh? So we need a good packaging. You know, a packaging is not really, if we want to look for a Zambian element, let's find it. You know, because even Nigerians, they have those Malians, they have those Bogolan, Igbadan, those things they wear, those Agbada, those things. They have got the touch of Nigeria. So we also need to find, even the Bemba land, they have got people also from the east, they have got those things, like they wear like this, whatever, for the cows. Those are Zambian elements also we can start to put if we want to look Zambian. In Bemba land also they have those other hats like this. You can also put
names, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So
Chilundu.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what they call it.
So you can put, so those are elements, you just dress properly like this, or you dress even in your suit, but you put that on top, where people can ask, where is this from? It's from Zambia. You put Zambia somewhere.
It's very interesting you're saying that. I mean, now you've got, you know, stylists and so on, but people have known you for how you package yourself with your dress code and so on. And it's been very questionable for some people, and they've been wondering what exactly is he trying to achieve? And you know, the common question has been, how do you differentiate being artistic from just being dirty?
Yes, it is also. Being dirty, it is a good question, because when you look at people like Bob Marley, was Bob Marley clean in a conventional way? There's cleanness in a conventional way, and there is also cleanness in as human, as a human being, whatever, because it's just the same thing with beauty, you know, the same thing with beauty. If they tell you that this woman is ugly, I always look at that woman and say, how is she ugly? You know? And then I hear some funny stories where you see people, they put a picture of Jay-Z and say, hey, look at this. This is a husband to Beyonce. But I ask myself, how ugly is he? Where, you know? I don't see it. I see a man. I see Jay-Z. But some people will tell you that he's ugly. But ugly comparing to who? So, somebody is dirty because he has got beard. He has so much beard. So for you, to have beard is dirty. You know, those are things that I don't really understand. So I don't follow the conventional world, how people understand things according to the conventions. I understand things according to me. If really I feel like, guys, I need to sleep. I can't sleep smelling like this. I need to take a bath. That's being clean, you know. But if people tell you that for you to be clean to people, you have to shave like this, you have to be like this, that is for you, you know. But again, coming back to my old looks, those looks are still there for me. I still cherish them because they were an expression. As an artist, you have to express yourself, you have to be free. All these people today who are doing Afrobeat today. Who is the father of Afrobeat? The father of Afrobeat is Fela Kuti. You know, even though it is Tony Allen, the drummer, but Fela Kuti was the face of Afrobeat and the voice of Afrobeat. But all these musicians today, they copy Fela Kuti, but how was Fela Kuti? Look at him. So you can say he was dirty or he was, because Fela Kuti was always in his pant, shirtless, bare-footed, whatever, you see? Yachi Pro Max, you see? Yachi Pro Max, international. So, but today people are paying tribute to him, people are paying homage to him, because he was a free soul, a free mind, he knew, he understood everything. So what I'm trying to say is people's understanding of beauty, of cleanness, and my understanding is different.
What's your relationship like with the immigration department here in Zambia?
It's very clean, very beautiful relationship. I told you that I'm going to perform at
the wedding.
The wedding, imagine.
For someone who works at the immigration department.
Exactly. So meaning what? Meaning you have to be there. You have to be punctual to that performance. I'm telling you, you have to be on time. You have to, I'm telling you. Yeah, but yeah, the relationship is very good because it is under the laws. Following the laws, doing what the laws require.
Yeah. Okay. Obviously, you just released your album.
Yes.
And I know that even with this album, you love your guitar, so I'm sure this is also part of what inspired you to work on the Zamrock Flood album.
Yes, the guitars are there. The guitars are there. There's a song called Mashabe. Mashabe, in that song, one time I was in the car playing the music. We are listening to different music, different songs. And then when that song started playing, my daughter asked me and said, "Dad, is that you playing the guitar?" I said, "Yes." I said, "How did you know?" She says, "I know your touch."
How old is your daughter?
She's 8.
Wow. And she knows you?
Yeah, she says, "I know your touch." So I was so shocked, like, she know, because even that song, it is one of the rarest songs. I think there are only 2 songs in the album where I played the guitar. So that song, I played the guitar, and she picked it that it was me, because it is a song close to my heart, you know? So I always love to make music which is guitar driven, you know, because I love the melody of the guitar to lead the song.
I have one last question for you before I let you go. Because you've got a very unique sound. It is not the most popular type of music at the moment.
Yes.
Would you say you're making money out of music?
Yes, if you have one of the busiest musicians in Zambia, it's me. I'm not saying I am there. One of the musicians who are not mostly in the country is me. You know, I'm not mostly here. As we are talking, I'm on tour. You know, I'm on tour. So I'm always out.
So you don't even make most of the money from here in Zambia?
I do make money here.
But most of the money is not from your bookings here and so on.
No, I think it's just double. It's like God has doubled things. The way I make money here, that's the same way I make it outside. But I like the outside more, especially when I hear that the dollar is a bit up. I feel nice.
But do you feel appreciated here in Zambia?
Yes. That one, yes. I feel appreciated because I see people coming to my shows. Yes. I see people commenting on my Facebook. You know, even when somebody comments just on your page, don't think they don't have something to do. They appreciate. I meet people every day, you know. I hear what people say. I hear what they say, and you know that this is genuine, you know. And this time around, I'm appreciated even more. It's now just up to me to continue giving the people. The appreciation, that's what has also, as one of the things that has helped me continue, because people appreciate me a lot. Because they believe that I try to keep something Zambian. I try to keep a certain heritage you know, a certain history of Zambia. They have understood my mission. You know, I could have been also be doing something else, but if I've decided to do the music I do, is to be a certain kind of a custodian of this. And for me, I believe that I'm just keeping this thing, and then there will be more people who are coming to get it from me and continue. You know, the youngsters who are coming, they'll get it from me and continue. I was just trying to keep, there was a time in Zambian music which was a bit, the music that I make was not there, you know. Because the flood story, that's where it comes from. Because the flood story, a lot of Zambian musicians, great talented musicians, a lot of them, they kind of passed on almost at the same time, you know, same period. So that provoked something like an empty space, you know, in Zambian music. So that's why there was not a lot of that passing on, you know, to the next generation, because they just vanished almost at the same time, abruptly. So Zambian music remained a bit, that's how you see things like the rumba music also started to make a lot of waves here, whatever. That's how you see the Mondo music coming in now to get back the Zambian pride, you see. That's how I came in with that folkish sound, folk sound, just try to fill in the gap. There was something also was missing. Me, I always come for what is missing, you know. I always come to propose something else, you know. So I came with that, you know. And then today, I can see other people, like we are talking about James Sakala. There are also other people. There's another guy that I like. His name is Roy. Roy, the songster. I like him a lot. Yeah, you see, those are people that are doing this, and then there are more and more and more. So I would love to see that from people, because I was trying to keep something.
Mumba, Yachi, thank you so much for joining us today. And obviously, people can just let us know where people can also find the album.
Thank you very much. People can find the album online on all digital platforms, on Spotify, on Boomplay, on Deezer, anywhere. But soon it will be on YouTube. Yeah, we are discussing with my team. We want to make lyric videos. Yeah, nice. But all these other digital platforms, they will find the music there. And it is also on vinyls. People can still get in touch with me to get their vinyls. Yeah, I wanted to have it on the record because it's a classic album that is going to stay for a very long time.
Mumba Yachi has been my guest. Thank you as well for tuning in to this week's edition of On the Table. I'm back again next week, Sunday at 17 hours. Bye-bye.